It's not easy. It's not easy seeing the people, what's going on.
This is literally a life or death situation for many of them.
Retired Yankees catcher Jorge Posada and his wife Laura are opening up exclusively to Pix 11 about their ongoing efforts to help the struggling island of Puerto Rico, a place that they, along with so many New Yorkers, call home.
There's no water, there was no electricity, there was no water to bathe, to take a shower.
Your father said he's afraid of looters.
He was just afraid of people coming by and taking what's his.
My parents, like many other people, they lost part of the roof of their house. They had no electricity, no water, and then my dad needs to keep his insulin refrigerated, or if not, he can't use it and he can literally die.
Do you think it's that personal connection to your own father that led you to say, I need to help these other folks that have medical issues?
I started thinking and I was like, oh my God, thank God I was in the position that I was able to help my family, but what about the other people that are sick and need chemotherapy or dialysis or insulin or whatever? These people need help too.
The Posada's journey to help those with medical issues first began with a call for donations. Online, using social media to help their cause.
Here are the details.
The page that you're carrying is called Puerto Rico Hurricane Relief Fund.
To date, they've raised over $300,000. Next came a visit to the island.
What was it like the moment you stepped outside after the storm had passed and got a look at the damage?
I was in San Juan, and you look at buildings with no glass, and you're going on the street, and you have to, kind of zigzag the glass on the streets. A picture doesn't tell you how bad it is, because a picture captures this, but when you look around, you see all of it.
Is it still a struggle to get the supplies from the plane into these smaller communities?
That is actually the biggest struggle.
There's still a lot of containers in the San Juan metro area that are still in the water.
How frustrating is that?
It's tough. It's tough because I know they're trying.
There's definitely a disconnect between what people outside are trying to do with the government.
And so the Posadas took matters into their own hands, quickly gathering thousands of pounds of supplies at a Florida warehouse, documenting their efforts on Instagram.
And look at our warehouse. It's already full of stuff that we're going to be sending to Puerto Rico tomorrow in 2 planes.
They then loaded them right onto chartered planes.
We're loading our 2 trucks to go to Puerto Rico. We have one here and the other one here.
And then distributed them.
We're going home by home with my special helpers.
Personally.
So they took me around. I went door to door, delivering supplies to the families.
But perhaps the most touching, not allowing those planes that flew supplies in to fly back to Florida empty.
A young child who had a feeding tube missed the plane or couldn't get on the plane. You went in there, saw the look on the mother's face. Can you describe it and how you got that child back?
She needed to get that baby out of there because he needed oxygen and he had also the feeding tube. So I said, tell her to come. I'll bring her back with me. She got to the airport, I met her, we gave each other a hug, and let's go.
Is that just another day?
It is another day. That was a tougher day because we were desperate because the kid, obviously he can't talk. He didn't, he can't express, the pain that obviously he was going through.
What do you want to say to the people of the Bronx, people of New York, who have family in Puerto Rico and still can't get in contact with them?
My second home, the Bronx, is, I played there 17 years. When you see a flag in the stands of Puerto Rico, it tells you a lot. I would tell the people in New York that don't lose hope. Just keep fighting, we're fighters.
For you, you could have written a check.
We talked to the mayor of San Juan. He said, I don't need the money. I need this, this, and this. Money would not help these people.
Do you think the Puerto Rico that you knew will ever be that Puerto Rico again?
It's going to take time. It's going to take people to work at it, and we need funds to try to at least help a little bit, but it's going to be, prettier than ever.
It sure will be, and it is such important work they are doing. They have gone on 5 relief missions to date and have raised nearly $350,000. Now, you just saw our cameras were invited along for their last mission to Puerto Rico to deliver supplies and fly those with medical needs back to the island where their anxious families awaited. It is powerful, it is emotional, and it is a must-see to see those reunions. We're going to have that for you in part 2 of our special report. That will be tomorrow on the Pix 11 Morning News. But it's just such powerful moments when these people are hugging their families that they haven't seen. They didn't even know if they were still alive after the storm.